we get the opportunity to talk about everything that concerns relationship. Here we talk about stories emanating from different angles of relationships, talking about separation, divorce, early childhood violation, talking about family, siblings, dispute, everything that concerns relationship. Or someone broke your heart or you broke someone's heart. All of that are the stories we talk about on this show. And we don't just have these conversations, we talk about it together. That is me and you try to see how we can proffer solutions to those things, and then we also connect you to relationship experts from all ramifications to help you solidify your relationships. And of course, today being a very special day, I am not alone in the studio. So at this point, I'm going to bring my women in before we will, together wish you a happy International Women's Day. So if you are just joining us, this is Relationship Saga, and this is Eagles 102.3, your radio experience you can count on. We're streaming live on YouTube at Rachel Abbins Foundation TV. YouTube Rachel Abbins Foundation TV, and you can also join us live at Eagles FM page, YouTube and Facebook. Rush there right now so that you can wish your Holy Ray and these amazing, beautiful ladies I have in the studio happy International Women's Day. Okay, so I've got in the studio with me this evening Gloria Naji, Mrs. Gloria Inaji. I must put that Mrs. there. And of course, she's also known as Glow Best. Yes, she is a co-founder, Glory and Fidel Empowerment Foundation. She is a lead consultant at Glow Best Edu Consult and Training Limited. She's also the National Executive Secretary, African Forum for Innovations Teachers, that is AFFIT. She is a life coach, a trainer, and a consultant of education. You're welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you join me this evening.
It is.
And of course, if you are joining us via the social media platforms, you will see that by my right, I've got another radiant, beautiful. I don't know why she's looking like this today. Maybe because she's aware that today's International Women's Day. And she said, I beg Holy Rain, don't come and carry your own and spoil my shine. I must look good. Okay. So I've got by my right, I've got Felicity. She is a passionate humanitarian, business professional, and a peace advocate. She is the chairman of Anya Girl Child Foundation, dedicated to the well-being and empowerment of the girl child. As a sales executive, she blends business expertise with social impact. Oh my God. She is a Rotarian, a peace builder. She serves as the North Central Zone Peace Coordinator for the Rotary Action Group of Peace Nigeria, and is an IDP ambassador promoting sustainable peace, committed to gender mainstream. Further and further, let me just stop there for now. You're welcome, ma'am. It's nice to have you join me on this show for the first time. I've got Mrs. Inaji before now. A long time ago, she came on the show, and it was an amazing experience. And it's so amazing that I'm going to be experiencing you again from another dimension, and especially for the fact that it's a blend of everything in the studio this evening. Having you, being there as an advocate, and of course, your program talks about Girl Child Foundation. But for today, we'll be discussing the topic, the International Women's Day. So I think at this point, I can now say Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you. Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I already said that to you on WhatsApp, but looking this beautiful, I thought I should say that again, so everyone that is joining us will know that I am double excited. I'm usually very happy and excited, but today it is double. All right, people, so your girl Holy Ray is in the studio, and together we're going to be having this conversation with these amazing women in the studio. And because today is International Women's Day, we're looking at the theme for this year and promoting all of that together. We're going to be looking at it from a different dimension, especially for the fact that in addition to the theme, it is a hashtag accelerate action.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. The women gender needs to be accelerated in all aspects, from educational to healthcare to industry to business and what have you. Yeah. We need not to be static.
Oh my God.
We are moving forward.
Moving, we move.
Because the world and the future is female.
Yes, 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 that's true. All right, let's have your own thoughts of how you see that.
Like she said, that is gender mainstreaming. It has to be everywhere. It has to be the corridor of power. It has to be in the legislation. It has to be, everywhere. It's not just maybe in a particular sector, but every sector, the gender perspective has to be brought into consideration.
Definitely, that is supposed to be. But let's look at it from the aspect of equity.
Okay.
Right.
What do you have to say about that?
Oh, thank you very much for that. When we look at that from equity, actually, equality cannot stand alone without equity. When we talk about equity, we're talking about fairness, we're talking about justice.
Yeah.
We are talking about we're talking about being fair and not just giving the opportunity to be equal alone.
Yeah.
But also the equity aspect of it gives the opportunity to be considerate even while being given the opportunity. We look at meritocracy when we talk about equity. Yes, we talk about meritocracy.
Okay.
So it's not just.
Definitely. And when we talk about women honor, women being inclusive in every angle, let's look at it from a different perspective now. When we say for all women and girls right equality, what do you see the for all women and girls right? Do you think we are moving towards achieving that?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good
You're
evening,
welcome,
everybody.
You're welcome, ma'am.
When we talk about inclusivity, it means including women from all spheres of life, the poor, the rich, the privileged, the less privileged, the disabled, the ones from the rural settlements, the ones in the urban cities, all that has to do with women and children, irrespective of where they are and who they are in the society. Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about women rights. But before I do that, let me open the phone lines, okay? Join this conversation. I know it's not the regular conversation we used to have, that we have calls everywhere, but you can still stop by. We've got beautiful ladies in the studio. Stop by and just call in and join the conversation. What do you think about that? When we talk about inclusiveness of a girl child, we have this issue that is trending already, talking about the Senator Natasha and the Senate President. How do you think that is working towards achieving the inclusiveness of a woman, especially for the fact that they are working in a government, or rather in the Senate, where it is dominated by men, more by the men and all of that? When you check all the parastatal, all the handles, all the greenhouse and all of that, you see that it is more of men than the women. And this is also happening. And as a moment, even as at now, she's been given suspension and all of that. So join the conversation. Let's know what you think about it. Let's know what you feel that they can do better to make women feel safe and feel inclusive and feel to feel honored that they are given a chance to show their own expertise. Women are naturally lovers of peace, and they are also good leaders. So let's see what is your own thoughts. The number is 090-8766-8888 or 090-7353-0044. Call us via the WhatsApp, put a number on 090-9705-445 and if you're just joining us, this is Relationship Saga with Holy Ray, and of course I've got Felicity in the building, and also Gloria Inaji in the building. So please join the conversation. Let's see how we can make women to identify themselves and be inclusive in every aspect of the government and also in their family lives and activities. That is the conversation. We've got one call beeping. Let me take this, then we keep up this conversation. Hello.
Good evening, Oliwe.
Good evening, Mauche. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I told you before, even if I was sleeping, I will know your voice.
Yeah. That's not disputable fact.
Good evening.
Good evening. My regards to your guest in the studios.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anyway,
Yes,
talking
please.
about inclusivity in our society, I think you came up with a very important topic which I'm personally interested in because of the recent trend.
Yeah.
And this recent trend will never cease to trend until the needful is being done. And when you talk about inclusivity in our society, women being included in the leadership, whether in the green and red, white and blue houses, in fact, in all the colors of the houses you might think about in this country, if women are not being included, in fact, the truth is that women have been marginalized in our society. Believe it or not. And I am one of the strong advocates of women inclusivity in our society. But then, I have something against the women. That is women not supporting the women. And the only way the issue of inclusivity can work in our society is our constitution needs to be revisited. And our judiciary as well have a big role to play. You cannot say that women, inclusivity in women, meanwhile, if in terms of governance, they are being marginalized everywhere. Just call it, name it. I will tell you for free that they are being marginalized. Even in the family where you and I came from, they are being marginalized. And that is why the women have continued to fall the victim, and even the government on their part, they are doing less or nothing about it. Look at the recent trend, for example.
Yeah.
A woman came up with an accusation, allegedly, that the Senate president sexually embarrassed her. In an insane government, a panel was set up to look into the matter.
Yeah.
The same panel that was set up was the same person who was accused of being that sexually embarrassed somebody was the same person who sat and presided over the matter. What are we talking about? Where is inclusivity? This thing, something has to be done urgently about it. If not, okay, we have had wonderful women in this country. Look at Dr. Kojo Iwala.
Yeah.
Look at the former NAFDAC DG. May her soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
Is she not a woman? What is wrong? What has the women committed? What is the offense? What is the superiority over men to the women? Only you guys, in fact, you guys need to take this topic very much. In fact, it will be you will even revisit it. You would retreat it again. Until the needful is being done in this society, we cannot have an insane society. Let me give other people a chance to contribute.
Thank you so much, Uche, for that beautiful contribution. You see that he touched several areas, but the first one I would want us to, talk about is the part where he say he has a problem with women supporting women. And you can see that that it actually played out very clearly the day there was a protest on Friday. You remember there was a protest, and that protest was for justice for Senator Natasha. Now, it was still some women that were protesting against the other women that were protesting for Senator Natasha. So do you think in the aspect of women supporting women, in a scale of 100%, how would you describe that? But let me come back. This call might be for you.